Construction of a house starts with the preparation of plan. Detailed plan is prepared which includes structural drawing of beams, columns, foundation, along with the measurement of rooms. Our house is a 3-storied building. This is the model of our house. Before construction work starts, we should take all valuable things from our land and then clear the site by uprooting trees and then level the soil. For setting out, plan showing center to center distance is taken. Rope is laid, setting out is done. Place to be excavated is marked. These are the drawings of our foundation. Footing with 1 column and footing with 2 columns. Using the excavation vehicles, soil was digged from the marked position. The excavated portion was cleaned by the workers. Now it is prepared for applying the base concrete. On the day of concrete, material needed for it should be arranged. In the case of cement, it is preferred to be arranged on the nearest day of concrete because if there is no room for storing it in the open condition, it may get damaged. Next is metal. Metal it is okay if we arrange well before the day of concrete. We are using 4 mm, that is 1.5 inch metal for the base concrete. River sand or M sand should be stored. If M sand is using, it should be washed M sand. The concrete mixture is fixed on the ground. 1.5 inch metal is taken on bowls and it is put into the mixture. M sand is also taken in the bowl for mixing. Cement is added. Water is added to the mixer periodically in accordance with the water-cement ratio. So the material of concrete is mixed uniformly. Before putting the concrete, the excavation should be sprinkled with water. In one mix, we used 1 bag of cement, 5 bowls of M sand and 7 balls of 1.5 inch metal. After proper rotation, the mix is poured down to the plate sheet provided on the ground. From there, it is taken into the bowl using the shovel and carried by the workers to the required place. A mark was made in the excavation up to which the base concrete is coming. It was made using a steel rod or a piece of wood. Concrete is placed in the excavation. Then a man enters the excavation and spread the mix using the hoe. It continues up to the level. Then it is jammed well, and by this the base concrete is completed.
The next structure of the foundation is the reinforced cement concrete structure. For that, steel rods at different dimensions are arranged according to the plan. It is cut into suitable length using steel cutting machine. Mat is prepared for the RCC works. We used 12 mm dia bars for mat preparation. This is stirrup making. 8 mm dia steel is taken, it is bended and a closed shape rectangle is prepared for connecting the pillar steels. This is the steel framework of pillar. Next step is marking above the base concrete to put the mat and the pillar framework. Setting out is done. Rope is laid to the center distance so their intersection point will give the required point. Some cement sand mixture is applied on the base concrete where the intersection of rope likely to pass. Different points are marked on this paste which is vertically below the rope using the plumb bob. These points are joined together to form a line. Two of the line intersect each other and this intersection gives the center point of mat and pillar. From there, points where the pillar steel to be rested upon is marked using a chalk. The mat should be rested upon the covering block or stone. The steel mat which is prepared earlier is given to the below worker. He is fixing the mat in the marked position and above the covering block. Then the pillar framework which was prepared earlier is taken. This pillar work has 6 number of 12 mm dia bars with stirrups and it is also given to the worker in the excavation. It is placed accurately in the earlier marked points. Then the legs of pillar framework is tied to the mat using binding wire. So the RCC structure is interconnected.
Formwork was laid according to the plan for concreting the RCC. Formwork is completed. Pillar framework may not be in the correct position. So we have to check the verticality of the pillar and the portion of the pillar to be concreted on the next day should be made vertical. For this, plumb bob is used. When the pillar comes in the correct position, it is fixed in that position. Again, it is cross-checked. This is 2 mm, that is 3/4 inch metal. From now onwards, we are using this metal for our construction. It is the day of RCC concreting. For one mix, we used 1 bag of cement, 5 balls of M sand and 7 balls of 3/4 inch metal along with the water. Before concreting, we have to mark the position up to which the RCC square and RCC trapezoid is coming. It is marked on the pillar steel. Water the place which is going to be concreted. Then the concrete mix is put to the required place using the bowls. Then mechanical vibrator is taken and is applied thoroughly. Vibration is an important step in concreting. It helps to consolidate the concrete by moving the particles and by removing the entrapped air bubbles. Care should be taken to vibrate each nook and corner of the concrete. Thus, the concrete settles firmly in the shape of formwork. Then it is leveled and RCC square is completed. Concrete mix is poured above the leveled surface for the preparation of RCC trapezoid. It is uniformly spread. Mechanical vibrator is then applied. Workmen then make it to the shape of trapezoid using their floats and trowels. This shape of taper is good for the uniform transmission of the above load to the below air. It is then leveled and finished using the trowel. Like this, we have prepared RCC works in all excavations. Concreting of that day is over by this. From the next day onwards, we have to water it periodically. Curing of concrete is a very important step. It prevents the loss of moisture from the concrete. It helps in maintaining favorable temperature for hydration to occur in concrete. Lack of water causes concrete to shrink, which leads to surface cracking.
Next work is the preparation of small pillar. It is the pillar between RCC trapezoid and the beam belt. Setting out is done again. The outer portion of pillar is marked on cement paste applied above trapezoid using the plumber. Verticality is checked. A small shoe is constructed above that. It is for the proper arrangement of pillar formwork. Shutter of the shoe is fixed and it is concreted. On the next day, shutter of the shoe is taken. After that, the formworks are fixed and tightened on the shoe. Now, it is the time for concreting the small pillar, so it is watered properly. Now, the concrete mix is prepared and it is transported to the inside formwork. It is compacted very well using a rock. It is concreted up to the marked level. Formworks can be of sheets or wood. On the next day, formwork is removed and this is our foundation structure. The top of this structure is in the same level so that the plinth beam belt is constructed above it.
So up to now we have constructed base concrete, RCC square, RCC taper and small pillar, and now going to construct plinth beam. Now we are going to level the ground. We took the soil from our nearby land to the site and is spread using JCB, so the ground is level. Now the place where plinth beam is coming is jammed very well. Cement sand paste is applied on these portions. Now the steel works for the plinth beam has to be done. This is the plan of our plinth beam. It is 30 by 21 cm plinth beam with 3 number of 16 mm dia bars at top and 3 at bottom, connected by steps. Steel framework is first constructed at a suitable height above for the easiness of the work. After the framework is completed, it is lowered to the required position. It rests on the covering block. Now the formwork for the plinth beam is made. It is fitted for the plinth beam concreting. The formwork should be vertical for the proper shape of plinth beam. It is checked using the plumber. A wood interconnects the two sides of formwork so that it will not come closer during the concrete. So formwork is tightly fixed in the shape of plinth beam. Thus, it is ready for plinth beam concreting. On the day of concreting, it is watered well. It is transported to the required position. It is placed inside. Next is proper vibration and it is necessary for good settlement. It is then leveled using the float. Thus, plinth beam concrete completes. On another day, the formworks are removed. One side of our building is retaining wall, so we laid the steels vertically for that. We also laid the steels for upcoming pillars, so our construction work completed up to the plinth beam level. Proper planning, proper management of soil, minimizing the wastage of material, etc. saves our money. Good quality of materials, vibration during concreting, curing after concreting, etc. contribute to the strength of building structures. Send your opinions and suggestions to my email ID. Work in progress will be updated. Thank you.